What does 48 do about Teneb?
Well, I believe he's floating a counterspell near the top of his deck.
Counterspell gets the job done.
There's that 6 land that's been...
Yeah, only temporarily with Genesis in the game.
Yeah, but with 2 Tarmogoyfs, it doesn't need to do...
Doesn't need to have the answer for very long.
It doesn't need to do a ton.
Four each for the Tarmogoyfs.
He's got to do 3 turns.
3 turns.
Or get something else into his bin.
What types are missing right now? Sorcerer's missing. Yeah, there's the counterspell.
Nice Ice Age counterspell. Little Ellie Williams artwork.
Alright, 48 counterspells Teneb. He can crunch for 8.
Trying to figure out if there's any way he can stock his yard here. Plays and activates top in 1 fell swoop. Probably going to get that Jite.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Except that he knows there's a Stomp Howler there. And a future buy.
Oh, okay. So crunch for 8. Tina Roos down to 10. Tina Roos does not have enough mana to use Genesis and play Teneb on the same turn. So counterspell bought 2 turns, which is an eternity when there's 8 power worth of Tarmogoyfs attacking. Alright, what is Tina Roos going to do?
He's going to start recurring Loxodon Hierarchs, I imagine.
Do you have enough mana for that?
Let's see, I have 6.
I see 6.
Activate Genesis, targets Teneb.
Targets Teneb?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Huh. Picks up Teneb, interesting.
Touch.
Yeah, you want 9.
Fetch lane drops Tina Roos to 9.
So next turn he can start having recursive Loxodon Hierarchs.
Sure. Could have done that this turn.
Yeah, didn't know he was going to draw the land though, right? Oh.
Okay.
Is that Sakura Tribuilder?
It is Sakura Tribuilder and
And
another
another Sakura Tribuilder.
Okay.
which he can also
And
recurse.
I put this effect on stack. In response, it's. And in response, I draw. Okay. So, draw
Flipping his
this one.
top and then he'll discard his top.
But then it gets to the top at the end of it. There's an activation at the top on the bottom of the stack.
Oh,
underneath
very nice.
the Thirst for Knowledge. So getting a look at a lot of fresh cards here.
This one.
And engineered explosives here is not quite game.
There's already an artifact in the yard.
Top.
I believe so. I think it's just enchantment and sorcery missing.
And Planeswalker.
And tribal.
And Tribal.
If only he had a bound in silence.
Cards.
No, I guess now it's listening. He's just
Fine.
sending it
No,
out.
there go the Tarmogoyfs. Sure, seems like Tina Roos is going to jump block here, get some more lands. Should be happy to, I would think. Tina Roos has now got 9 lands in play. That's enough to summon Teneb and still have Putrefy up.
He has no idea of the shape of Forte's hands at this point.
It's true.
He's drawn. He's just looked through. Has he gone 6 cards deep into his deck?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yep.
Dark Confidant. Now it's 10 power. So Roos really needs this 10 to resolve. First he's got to decide if he wants to use Genesis.
How many cards?
He can't afford to use Genesis.
Nothing.
He needs to
I
keep
agree.
each 5 mana open.
I agree. One, two, three. Goes for the Putrefy first. Wants to take out its Armaglyph.
Yeah, you get you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it works. Now he's got 6 mana left. We know he picked up a 10 last turn. But he goes for Eternal Witness instead.
Eternal Witness, a card Tribe Elder.
Eternal Witness gets counterspelled. Interesting. And Academy Ruins for a top. So 48 draws the top thanks to Dark Confidant, falls to 5 life.
This game's pretty firmly in hand for 48 at this point. He's going to have some pretty miserable top draws here
Sure.
for him to... He's going to have nothing but 3s and 2s on top of his deck for the next 4 or 5 cards.
Good old-fashioned counterspell really saved Remy 48 here.
Is Counterspell a fair card at this point? Is that considered one of the fair cards?
I think it is an extended.
Yeah, I feel like there was a way this game could have played out where Tina Roos could have saved one of his hierarchs with that, using that Elder a little sooner.
Ah,
And also, the turn he attacked with the Elder and then sacked at the end, he could have also, was that one point of attack worth the 4 or 5
Crack
points
back.
he took back on the crack
right.
with a return attack?
Yeah, it's a pretty tricky, complicated game. Certainly seems like Remy 48 has counterbalance ready now.